What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here with another video, and today we are doing the long and heavily requested Patriots 7-round mock. Now, for my Eagles fans out there, I posted a video yesterday, and to be 100% fair, I didn't like it at all. I took it down. We're going to be redoing that, arguably, on Sunday, so keep your ears posted out for that. I just didn't really vibe with it. But Patriots fans, you're here for your draft. This is going to be a very interesting draft because my big question is, are we keeping Cam Newton, right? That's the biggest question around because we ain't that. I mean, oh shit, Jared Stidham ain't gonna do crap on our team, and it's Cam Newton. Apparently, I was looking at SportTrack.com, which is generally actually pretty accurate with all their predictions and everything. He has a parent market value of $31 million a year right now, which is a little bit shocking to me because I didn't think that he's playing that well. So we're gonna have to address that. If there's a quarterback here, like i.e., let's just say a Zach Wilson or Trey Lance falls, maybe we might consider it. But right now, I'm gonna think that maybe Cam Newton might want one more year to prove that he can actually play pretty well. Because obviously the Pats are pretty off and on, as we can see them almost losing to the Jets, yet beating the Ravens, beating the Cards, just shit like that. So we got to see what's up. And we got, again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Right now, we are actually doing really damn well with the channel. I think we're closing in on 700 subs, which is pretty insane, given the fact that I was at, 100 or 280 less than a week ago. So, y'all already know what the fuck's going on. Online classes makes me, ooh, 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 ooh. Uh-oh. Okay, so let's talk about this, right? So right now, Cam Newton's on a 1-year, $1.75 million contract. And the Patriots have about, $25 million in free cap space given, right at this moment. So do they have that much money to give Cam? No. So that's a big question for me. Again, I think Cam might honestly want to stay one more year. And to do that, he might take a nice contract, a nice little contract cut. So maybe a $10 million, a 1-year 10 mil, just to prove because he could actually start. Again, guys, let me know if you guys want me to do this again with a potential quarterback pick here. But I think right now, regardless of who the quarterback is, they can't do jack without Jack, right? Trey Lance, I seriously don't have that much faith in him, to be 100% honest. If Zach Wilson were here, things would change. Things would change pretty big time. So Trey Lance is definitely not going to be the pick here. He doesn't fit the scheme. McDaniels always says he's going to go to a different team, comes back. I don't think Trey Lance is the guy here. I don't think Trey Lance is a good fit in this scheme. Honestly, God, my hair is horrible. The best fit in the scheme of all the quarterbacks right now would probably be a guy like Mac Jones. Jesus Christ, the hair is horrible, guys. So we're going to get Kyle Pitts, the best offensive weapon in the entire class. So, I mean, at least you get something for even if Jarrett Stidham plays again, at least he can have something to throw to. Now, I'm going to be straight out with you guys. I've been using, I just bought the $120 PFF package for premium stats. If you guys are ever thinking about doing that, don't ever do it. I wanted to do it because for quarterbacks specifically, I wanted to look at their statistics. Mac Jones to the Lions, that's not realistic. But I wanted to look at the statistics for ball placement, perfect ball placement, turnover-worthy plays and stuff. Turns out they don't actually give you any of the shit that they actually show online. So if you guys are ever actually thinking about doing that, I would take a step back. So yeah, just that's a big thing that's been on my mind lately. It's just really pissing me off. But I know the Pats, you guys could use some linebacker help here. But again, you guys don't even have wide receivers. You're losing Damiere Byrd as well as Isaiah Ford, who you just traded for. So I mean, you have no weapons as it is. You're losing more weapons. And get a super weapon in Rondale Moore. I know Cam can't throw that far. He doesn't have that arm strength anymore. And it takes him 8 years to crank up a ball. But Rondale Moore is far more than just a deep threat. He can work in the slot if you need him to, and I know you guys have some weapons in the slot. But Rondale Moore is very versatile. You can even play him on the outside. He's going to be a guy who can go over the middle. He can go deep. He runs routes very well. He's a very good after the catch guy. Going to be a great special teamer as well. Somebody who's going to be really good. Chris Olave would be another pick here for me, just because he's a solid route runner. He's just a very good overall wide receiver. I have a lot more faith in Rondale Moore, barring injury, in this NFL. So let's get Rondale Moore. He's going to be an absolute stud here. Again, you just hopefully if Cam resigns, obviously this draft is going to change drastically if Cam says, dude, I ain't staying here. So if Cam says that and he goes to the Bears or some shit, obviously we'd readjust our draft strategy. However, given the fact that all the quarterbacks that were worth those first 2 rounds are already taken, there's no reason in just totally screwing whatever we already have, right? Now, we could be going for maybe a what would we even go for? Desmond Ridder? Maybe. This is the whole entire reason why I wanted to do PFF, because I can't watch 2.5-hour game or 3-hour games of 30 something games a week, right? That's not very realistic. So being able to see every single throw that a quarterback makes, that's more PFF's job. That's the whole entire point of me getting the PFF package, which really pisses me. It still pisses me off right now. Ooh, Colby Harvey-Peel is probably going to be the pick here, by the way, guys. You guys already know I have a hard-on for Colby Harvey-Peel. He's an absolute stud. Even more than Hamza, I don't think you really need a box safety that much. And Andre Cisco is an absolute stud, but I think I like Colby Harvey-Peel better. More rangy, better ball skills. He just feels more like a Belichickian safety. And he's all around better to me than Andre Cisco. So we're going to be taking him here. But, the whole entire point of me getting the PFF package was to be able to see far more in-depth stats than just the shit you can look up on ESPN. So, again, there's a bunch of little stats. It doesn't work, guys. It's just stupid. It's really stupid. It's just stuff that you could always look up. And that's what I really wanted to do. I really wanted to be able to look at a guy like Desmond Ridder, and of course Desmond Ridder went. But where did he go? He went to the Falcons. That's not a bad pick. Honestly, he would fit pretty well with the Falcons. We're going to be targeting Brock Purdy down the line, by the way. Brock Purdy has the potential of he was supposed to be a first rounder this year. Fell off a little bit. So he has that in him. So I think that's somebody who we can pick up later round that might even be better than a guy like Jarrett Stidham. Just a thought, guys. But yeah, I wanted to be able to use PFF's turnover-worthy play metric, and as well as average depth of target and all the shit that you should normally be able to see, especially if you're paying $120 a year. Oh, Tylan Wallace is here. We can get a boundary wide receiver too. That's an interesting one. Let me know what you guys think about that one. We could also get Jack Jones here, because I know J.C. Jackson's on the trade. He's not on the trade block. He's on contract here. And then we already know that Stephon Gilmore has been mentioned in trades. He almost got traded at the deadline. I'm not 100% sure who your slot corner is. I'm going to be straight up. That's something that I probably should have done a little bit more research on, if I'm going to be honest. Because if you didn't have one, I go Elijah Molden. However, I don't think the secondary is really the issue, especially if you guys use your cap to resign J.C. Jackson. You have the deepest corner core I've ever seen. I love it to death. I hate it as a person who I just personally don't like the Patriots, but as putting myself in the Patriots fans' shoes, that's pretty damn good. You guys have a really I really love your your corner core, not your wide receiver core. That being said, you guys do it's kind of weird that I'm going to be just going all wide receivers here, but Tylan Wallace, I got him in the 3rd round for the Eagles. There's a reason, I would be thinking about him in the 3rd round for the Patriots. He's just an absolute stud. So get Tylan Wallace here. Might as well. There's nothing wrong with getting. You guys need 2 boundary wideouts. You already have your young, high potential, but right now not really performing version of N'Keal Harry. You guys do need a really good stud on the outside. And I know that, what's his name? Jacoby Myers has been playing pretty damn well as well. But you can't be relying on him to be your end-all, be-all, right? Now, we could be using some edge. I'm going to be honest. We could use some edge. Might need some youth there. But honestly, it's not that big of a need at the moment. I think we do need some interior presence. That's probably not the best way to go. Baron Browning is the place I'm starting to look. He's a Mel Kiper guy. I don't like him at all, because I've heard he's had actually, personality issues. He just straight up doesn't like to play. If you guys have been subbed to me for long enough, you guys know the computer fan loves to go off right in the middle of the video. So I'm sorry guys for that, but Baron Browning is going to be the pick here. He's definitely a guy who can pair up with Josh Uche and just definitely offer some extra oomph to this team. Now I would go Javion Hawkins here. If you didn't have Sony Michel. Sony Michel's still there for a year or two. not really a big need whatsoever to get running back. If we're going to be honest here, you guys might need some outside tackle help. Josh Ball is definitely someone I'm looking at though. Boston College has a very good offensive line, so we could be even going there. But Josh Ball has been doing a really good job at Marshall, like top of like the class type job. Marshall is the number 6 offensive line in the country right now, and that kind of sounds weird because it is weird. Marshall usually doesn't have that great of an offensive line, so to be able to come out of nowhere and do that, that to me screams that there's some talent there. And Marcus Cannon's getting older. I know that you guys have Yodny Kajust, so there definitely isn't an exact need for Josh Ball. So, like, I mean, of course, we can look at interior offensive linemen right now, too, just because David Andrews is also on the block. So, I mean, we could go Cade Mays. Let's check out what our next pick is, though. Let's just be out in the clear. And our next pick's 155. So we're going to be getting a guard, probably Cade Mays in the next one, because, I mean, it's a Tennessee fucking guard. You know, you don't pass on those. Him or Tommy Kramer are both amazing options. That being said, right now, maybe get a guy like Josh Ball. Add some extra line depth anyways. Like, we all know Isaiah Wynn tore his ACL in his rookie year. It's potential for extra injury. Worst case scenario, what's Josh Ball's size? He's a 6'8", 350-pound dude. I mean, like, his potential's through the roof. You can stick him at a guard like an Eric Flowers. Worst case scenario. So he's proven to be an excellent tackle. You might as well just get him for some extra depth and potentially to replace Marcus Cannon because Yodny Kajust, I mean, I personally follow a New England Patriots fans page, who is one of the subs of my channel. I saw literally a post saying, where the hell did he go? Now, I don't know if he's been injured, but it's kind of true. Like, what the hell? I know you have Owenu as well. Owenu is great. Like, Owenu is great. But again, it's like you kind of just want some extra depth there, and as somebody who could potentially fill in at guard with his size, he can be an amazing guard. So I love Owenu. I think he's gonna be he's a great steal, but also you need some extra help. Now, again, you're losing Andrews as well potentially, and I think his value is pretty damn high. And unfortunately, I'm gonna be targeting Marquise Hayes maybe down the line. Who stole my guy? Who stole him? Who stole my interior offensive lineman? So Hutchinson went there. Wait, yo, oh, there we go. We got Cade Mays here. So Cade Mays is probably going to be the pick. It says you need interior defensive line. I mean, sure. Honestly, let's just do that. Let's not make it too complicated. We do have a later pick though, so let's get some extra help on the interior of the line. Line injuries is just always a huge problem in the NFL. Let's get Cade Mays here. He can help run the ball as well. So worst case scenario, you can have 2 extra guards in, because again, I think Shaq Mason is also on contract. That's kind of another issue. Again, you guys don't have the cap for this shit. I'm going to be straight up. That's probably also why you might be wanting to shop a guy like your number 1 corner in Stephon Gilmore. But I'm targeting Chris Tonga here. He's an absolute tank, and I think we have the 178th pick or something. 179th. Chris Tonga is going to be the pick here, guys. He's just an absolute monster up the middle, and he's just very scary. Think of, I'm forgetting the guy's name. He was on Utah last year. He was just an absolute wrecking ball. So getting a guy like Chris Tonga just to stuff that middle is that's something I can stand behind. Now we can target a Sam Ehlinger, Brock Purdy if we want. Let's look at our picks. Don't worry, I'm not actually trading to the Colts. We got a 182 pick that we're at right now. Then we're at 236. So we don't have another really good chance at getting one of these quarterbacks. So let's talk about actually getting a good one. Michael Penix is somebody who's a great steal down the line. Shane Buechele would be an interesting one to fit. KJ Costello has potential, but I don't like him at all. Brock Purdy's probably going to be the pick here, guys. Brock Purdy, he kind of seems like a Patriot, if we're going to be 100% honest here. Let's look at the corners, though. Oh, TJ Carter's here, though. Oh, we can't pass up on TJ Carter. TJ Carter is a stud out of Memphis. I mean, he's a late-round steal. I like him a lot. Even Tariq Castro-Fields, it doesn't seem like he's too heavy in being a liability in coverage. Tariq Castro-Fields could be a steal down the line as well. So, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much just stepping on my mouth right now. That's a weird way of saying it. But I think that we could potentially pick up a guy, even like Tanner Morgan, somebody who has a lot of potential who fell off, or a Penix Jr. I think this is just where you need to go. There's not enough talent at the top of this draft. The quarterbacks in this draft are not that great, apart from at the top. It's a very top and bottom heavy draft. If we're going to be 100% honest here, guys, it's a top and bottom heavy. There's nothing in the middle. A guy like Shane Buechele can be an amazing backup as well. Derek King, if you really want to change shit up, go for that. But right now, I'm choking. But right now, we have to focus on being able to be constant. And I don't think that you want. Ooh, Tanner Morgan just went. So this is an interesting pick because we could be going Shane Buechele here. He should be far better than 131. You guys want to see on my updated big board who's still available? Brady White's fallen off. I'm going to be taking him off my list. This is not completely updated, but Shane Buechele is the last guy on my list who is in this top 200. I have a top 200. So looking at the guys who are still available, I still have Daz, who's a complete slot guy. You don't need that anymore. De'Ami Brown. I mean, I love wide receivers. They're great. Tyreek Smith's still available. Again, Shane Buechele. So there's a plenty of dudes who are available for us to take, and maybe it might be a good thing to go with a Tyreek Smith or something for some extra edge help. But I do that every damn draft. I mean, Tyreek Smith's a great value. I think we need to get a quarterback. Do you want to get a Derek King? I don't think he fits the scheme. I don't think he'll like it here, especially when you get 6'8" players. Like when he's like, what is he, like 5'8"? He's 5'10". I think he's more 5'8". He looks really tiny. So I'm gonna be actually going either Michael Penix here or Shane Buechele. Penix has shown that he can play under pressure. He kind of reminds me a little bit of a Belichickian quarterback. Someone who's good under pressure, someone who has a lot of potential, but maybe not as much as everybody else like a Derek King. He just has a pretty high floor. He threw 400 something yards against Ohio State under pressure. That's a really good sign. I'm gonna be going Michael Penix here. Just get the little cherry on top. Get someone who can, like, I think he's better than any of the quarterbacks that you could have taken in the mid rounds. I mean, like, for the value. So get your value there. Have a little bit of fun. Honestly, I think they kind of really messed up by not taking either. Who are the two quarterbacks that fell last year? Kid from Georgia, I'm blanking on his name, and then also the kid from Washington who went to the what team did he go to? He went to the Colts. Like, I think that would have, they kind of missed out on two guys who they could have put in instead of course Cam Newton this year. So that's a draft. We got all of our offensive help here. Like that's some big help. You can revamp the offense just like that. If you promise Cam Newton that you're going to revamp the offense, he might stay one more year to just get that big ass contract for doing really well. This is a retool draft in my opinion. Harvey Peel's going to do great. Browning's going to be a solid dude, especially since he has personality problems. Belichick's going to get that in order. So this is the best place for Browning to go. Just get some offensive line depth, especially somebody who could be an amazing run blocker. Because he's got Harris there. He's going to be a great pick. Tonga is just a monster up the middle and just a run stuffer. Reminds me a lot of Damon Snacks Harrison, which if you're getting that at 179, that's a pretty good pick. TJ Carter, I mean, that's a steal. That's a steal. I mean, yeah, his value was like 190, but man, TJ Carter's a beast. He's a really good boundary man corner, learning from Stephon Gilmore if they don't let him go. I mean, obviously, there probably might be some more picks with how maybe they might franchise tag and like sell off Tooney for a second. I've heard that. I think obviously there's probably going to be more picks in this in the draft. But without trades, without actually being able to trade dudes, this is what we got. Michael Penix is going to be a great steal at the end. I don't think he's going to be there. Going to be honest, he's not going to be there. He's been playing really well. Indiana's been winning because of Penix as well as their defense. But that's definitely a good retool draft. So if you guys are able to keep Cam Newton, you guys can be making playoffs, if not making a bigger push with how well you guys retool in this draft. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Eagles fans, if you're actually watching this, I am sorry. It was a bad video. I didn't do enough research into the guys, and realistically, I owe you one. So I'm gonna own up for that. I'll see you on the far side, guys. Peace.